Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be analyzing together common mistakes found in the diamond ranks. Before we get started, if you haven't seen the common mistakes in platinum video or are a platinum player, go check that one out if you missed it. Also, I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers and would appreciate if you consider leaving a sub and like. There will also be a bonus tip at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Although this mistake wasn't covered in the previous video, I noticed that it was much more catastrophic than in Plat. I noticed with the increase in speed, the diamonds just missed shots they could have made if they took the time to get more consistent with their accuracy. Maybe the simple jump in speed was enough to get them missing more often. Either way, this is a huge issue because the game will only get faster and the need to score accurately becomes more important. We begin with this first clip already displaying a wide open net opportunity. Unfortunately, he ends up missing the shot. The correct way to fix this is to work on shooting consistency and understanding which part of the car is the best spot to use. In this case, the player would have been better to air roll a little to get an easier angle into the net. The next clip, the player didn't align the car up in time and ended up missing an open net. If you focus on how you approach the ball, it will make targeting the net a lot easier and will save you the pain of missing open nets in higher ranks. Again, if you work on a shooting consistency pack, you will see insane results. Missing open nets gives the other team a chance to regroup on defense and set up a counterattack, which might make them score. This third clip shows the player getting too far under the ball, which will shoot the ball higher into the air. If the player decided to stay back a little and let the ball drop, then he would have scored. Again, this is just a setup issue and can be easily fixed if you just understand spacing from the ball. The next clip, we can see that the player got a very weak hit on the ball, which the defender was able to catch up to and save. If this player approached the ball differently by going a little farther back, then he would have had an easier angle to hit the ball straighter and harder. Another thing I noticed about that clip was that the flip was used after the hit, adding no power to the shot. Maybe the better timed flip was all that's needed. In this second to last clip, the player could have taken some more time to align themselves better off the wall. It really comes down to how you approach the ball, rather than how you even hit it. If your initial approach is bad, then adjusting the shot is going to be a lot harder. So please take the time to accurately align your car in a proper shooting position. In this last clip, the player had a really nice setup for a ceiling shot, but couldn't fly upside down. Even if the ball wasn't going to score, it would have added a lot more pressure for the opposing team, and maybe the second man could have made a cleanup shot. Just like in the Plat video, throwing away possession occurs in this rank as well. Overcommitting is also the same issue that occurred in both ranks, but we'll get to that after the second mistake. With this first example, we can see that this player decided to pop the ball up rather than going for an obvious, less risky dribble play. It would have guaranteed that the ball was going closer to the net without having the risk of overcommitting or messing up the aerial mechanics. If he dribbled, he would have been able to flick, fake a shot, and then shoot, or just low 50 into the net. Going in the air makes your intentions more clear, especially in lower ranks where faking in the air isn't that common. Remember, making the game easier for yourself and make it more efficient. Some of you may say, "You idiot, aerials are essential to ranking up." And honestly, you're right, but the thing is, you need to do what's appropriate and efficiently as possible. If he was on the wall, then an aerial would have been more necessary. He's lucky at the end he was barely there to save it for his teammate that also went for the shot. This easily would have been avoided if he didn't overcommit in the air. Next clip shows the player hitting the ball a little too hard and allows the opponent to counter. What's interesting about this clip is that right after that play, he gets another chance for possession and he didn't hit the ball away immediately. Instead, he takes a first touch and hits a powerful bounce shot. Not only does this show keeping the ball close is better, but also that consistency to doing the right thing matters. In this third example, he decided it would be best to hit the ball off the wall rather than just rotating away. His teammate had a better angle to challenge the ball, which would have gave this player more time to rotate and recover. Since the ball was flying back, the blue team has a chance to score, but they choke instead. Don't rely on luck to win your games. Otherwise, you'll see that those lucky opportunities become less and less frequent as you climb the rank ladder. In this fourth clip, the player made the mistake of assuming his teammate would be ready for a pass. This is actually a great play, if only his teammate was there, that is. If he just used his camera, he would have held onto the ball or not hit it at all, choosing to bump or rotate. Because of this, he gets scored on. The last clip shows the player popping the ball up to exactly where the opponent was. If he made sure to drive more forward to catch the ball, it could have been a 1v1 opportunity and a huge chance to score. Overcommitting is such a common mistake that costs countless goals. If you really think about it, even pros make common mistakes, but the thing is, they do it less often than you do. So unfortunately, you can't truly stop human error, but obviously we can practice to drop that percentage of error, hopefully to a single-digit percentage. In this first example, the player decided to follow the ball into the other corner rather than rotating away. The idea of defending is that teammates are supposed to cover as much of the field as possible. In this example, the player was overlapping with his teammate's coverage area and could have resulted in a double commit. The next clip shows the player aggressively pushing too far up, not knowing the opponent can hit the ball first. Also, he failed to notice that even if he got some sort of 50-50 and lost, his teammate wouldn't be ready to help him. So either way, it's a lost cause. A lot of players make this mistake of getting reckless to clean up after their teammates hit off the backboard, that they fail to realize how much better the opponent is positioned for a clear. The third clip is actually the teammate's point of view from the third example in the throwing possession away section of the video. It's clear that both players failed to understand each other's ideas. If he saw his teammate was following the ball rather than immediately rotating, he would have just stayed farther back rather than meeting in the corner. Also, his teammate should have rotated knowing that our player here had a better angle. So you can't really pick a side on one person to blame. That's why it's important to analyze your own teammate and just wait to see what he does first. This last clip is kind of hard to really say it's an overcommit, but if he just turned around slightly later, he would have scored immediately. Maybe if he turned and stopped trying to move to the right, he would have had a chance to score, but I feel like he pretty much did the right thing. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. Now moving on to the bonus error. This mistake goes along with overcommitting, but it also has a wider and more general definition. This mistake is just plain being oblivious. At its core, being this unaware can cause overcommitting, double committing, taking the wrong rotation path, not passing, hell, even just turning around in the wrong direction are all scenarios of being oblivious and failing to do the most efficient and proper execution. With this first clip, rather than going for a fake challenge, he decides to go for the big middle boost. He should have known as soon as his teammate lost the 50, he was going to be in a 2v1 play. Even if he stayed back and got out dribbled or bumped, it would have been an honorable last effort. The next clip, the player had plenty of time to avoid that demo. You might realize a true reason for being oblivious is having something called tunnel vision. It's appropriate to look at every player on the field, not just the one with the ball. After respawning, one could argue he also should have prioritized the miracle save over the boost, but honestly his teammate should have tried something first to help out. Now with our final clip of the video, we see that he once again failed to see the long drive demo attempt from the blue player. He's falling for the same trick and it's really not excusable at this point. A player should only get demoed from a kickoff or at least from behind where you can't properly guess the timing. Alright everyone, this will be the end of this diamond analysis. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see common mistakes in Champ, then make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below with the keyword Champ. We are close to 1,000 subscribers and would appreciate the love and support from you all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.